So I was sitting in this coffee house, and this old man at the table next to me struck up a conversation. He said you had an amazing story.
Let's see then, where to begin?
Coming close to the fire now.
A film can make you laugh, cry, and take you to far-off imaginary places. It can show you your wildest dreams are truly possible.
Good cold evening, gentlemen.
Over the last century, as our culture and society has transformed, the film industry has been right next to it every step of the way. While an innumerable amount of innovation has allowed the cinematic industry to become and remain one of the world's most beloved pastimes, it's the independent film industry that has quickly risen above the rest. Giving us a closer glimpse into even our most specific of interests, independent films have been able to capture the essence of life in ways that large mass-market motion pictures simply cannot. We all love a great film, especially those with an uplifting and inspirational message. But getting these types of films distributed into the commercial markets has become more challenging than ever due to the changing economy and the unethical business practices of many large theater chains. With the public's growing desire to see these types of films, the industry must take a moment to pause and reassess their value in our ever-changing market. So we ask ourselves, why aren't critically acclaimed independent films being distributed widely across the United States?
I don't think there's ever been a time when there has been such an imbalance between so much good quality work over here and this tiny little pinhole through which these movies are trying to get to find their audience. It's just crazy. I also don't know any other market, any other pursuit where there's so much amazing product, if you will, over here, and so little ability for customers to come and get it over here.
In the film industry, the term distribution generally indicates the placement process of movies in theaters, and more recently, marketing, which then consequently trickles down to the additional ancillary markets such as Blu-ray and DVD, Netflix, Amazon, Vudu, iTunes, and television.
It's never been easier to get people to see your movie than today. It's never been harder to get people to pay to see your movie than today. I think it's going to be another couple of years before we start to see some models that really allow filmmakers to begin to monetize their work better.
The independent film industry cannot solve these issues on exhibition and distribution from just one disciplinary perspective. However, mixing the perspectives of film, marketing, and government all together can hopefully shed some light on the problem and provide a practical solution. America runs on a free market economy, and we expect the most desirable products or services to be readily available using the highest quality materials and technologies. We, the consumer, then use our purchasing power towards a wide array of options. The film industry is no different, and since film provides a service and also acts as a good, it should be protected and treated fairly on the free market system. In the 1948 U.S. Supreme Court case, U.S. v. Paramount Pictures Incorporated, circuit dealing was deemed an antitrust violation because circuit dealing essentially corners the market for major motion pictures and the large majority of revenue being produced from the industry. It constitutes a monopoly. While the Supreme Court did rule that these practices are illegal, there's nothing in the actual statutes that specifically define what circuit dealing is and what elements are required to file a claim. Currently, the California's Court of Appeals is dealing with a suit between Independent Flagship Theater and Century Theaters, a large theater circuit with over 1,000 movie screens. At the center of this lawsuit is three-time Emmy Award winner Bryan Cranston. Cranston owns the Palm d'Or Flagship Theater in Palm Springs, California, and is fed up with getting cut out of distribution deals with major studios. His theater specializes in art house films, but has the market and the capacity to showcase Hollywood blockbusters. Should a higher court decide to hear this appeal, a ruling in favor of the plaintiff could act as the catalyst that independent theaters need to gain equal favor in obtaining movie licenses, giving rise to new changes that facilitate cooperative growth for all parties in our free market economy. Most independent filmmakers' goal is to get their film distributed into theaters. The more distribution, the more money in their pockets. Most movie studios such as Warner Brothers and Paramount already have distribution for their film even before it begins filming. It's common knowledge in the industry that it would be virtually impossible to distribute a film without the use of a distribution company or an expert, making it quite difficult for the little guy. However, the times are changing. With the growth of the nonprofit arts sector and nonprofit distribution companies, widely accepted film industry business principles, as well as the revolutionary ones of the nonprofits, will stand as an example and the solution to mainstream independent film exhibition.
As a veteran film producer, I'm extremely interested in the changes going on in the film business right now. On one hand, we have a new generation of aspiring filmmakers who've been experimenting with films their whole lives, practically. On the other hand, we see the traditional distributors becoming more and more conservative and shying away from anything that's new and original in favor of sticking to familiar formulas. So you have a situation where you have talent bursting to be seen and less opportunities to have it. And I know how hard it is to get a film made, and I feel terrible that people who make wonderful films and can't get avenues for distribution. And that's why I'm happy to see myfilmers.com come along, which just might be able to forge that link that's needed right now between film lovers and filmmakers and new distributors who are looking for fresh and new and original kinds of material. I'm sure there are plenty of undiscovered films and artists out there who could benefit from this new development.
With the ever-changing faces of distribution to the innovative and daring new mission-driven organizations, independent film will continue to stay strong amongst the big dogs. However, with box office attendance rapidly declining and ticket prices compensating, it is vital for the independent film industry to market themselves on a unique platform, catering towards a whole new movie-going experience. Forget concession stands and picking leftover seats. With many new theaters taking wave of reservations and table service, this market is sure to outgrow its current niche and become more mainstream. With fair ticket prices and a well-crafted selection of food and beverages, there will be plenty of draw for consumers to escape into this new, luxurious, and affordable experience.